There's an old saying in business: culture eats strategy for breakfast. I used to think it was just a clever quote until the day I had to lead the transformation that proved how true it really is. When I stepped into that role, the company looked strong on paper: global footprint, recognized brands, and healthy financials. But beneath the surface, something was deeply off. Years of command and control leadership had frozen initiatives and drained the ownership. Managers waited for instructions. Teams avoided risk and stayed safely in their comfort zone. Everyone nodded in meetings, but few spoke up. Departments operated in silos, guarding information, working in isolation, and slowing execution. It was a culture of compliance, not conviction. People followed rules, stayed in their lanes, and focused more on avoiding mistakes than creating impact. And in a world that was becoming more volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous, that mindset was dangerous. If we did not evolve, we risked ending like Kodak or Nokia, victims of an outdated, inward-looking culture. Our strategy was bold: modernize operations, drive growth, expand globally, integrate acquisitions, and build strategic partnerships. But I quickly realized something essential. Strategy lives on paper, but culture lives in people. You can design the best 5-year plan in the world, but if teams do not believe in it or do not feel empowered to execute it, it dies in PowerPoint. What we needed was not just strategy, we needed a culture reset. We called it our culture evolution. The first step was building a global leadership team. People who had lived through transformation before, who brought diversity of thought, who were not afraid to challenge the status quo. Together, we defined a new mission: ownership, accountability, and engagement. Our first principle was simple: empowerment over control. Leaders were asked to delegate authority, not just tasks. Teams were encouraged to take initiatives, propose ideas, and solve problems without waiting for headquarters like they did before. It was not easy. For some, it was the first time their voice truly mattered. For others, empowerment felt like losing control. But slowly, the shift began. Transformation does not happen in silence. It happens in open dialogue. We launched a communication movement across all the company: town halls, regional visits, team conversations, not scripted speeches, but honest, open discussions about the challenges we faced and opportunities ahead. We connected strategy with meaning. We introduced transparent performance metrics, not to punish, but to empower and make progress visible. We refocused executives on strategic priorities and reinforced, of course, accountability. Cross-functional work streams were established. Shared goal replaced silo-driven targets. Teams that once protected information now collaborated around the same table. The energy shifted from compliance to contribution. Of course, not everyone welcomed the change and this initiative. One regional manager once told me, "Youssef, if we let everyone make their own decision, it will be chaos." My answer was simple: if we do not, it will be extinction. With time, the results appeared. People proposed ideas. Teams solved problems before they escalated. Meetings turned from silence to constructive discussion. Collaboration replaced isolation. When people feel trusted, they start believing. And when they believe, strategy becomes unstoppable. Within a couple of years, the organization became faster, more agile, and more resilient. The same people who once waited for instructions were now leading initiatives. Productivity increased, but more importantly, so did pride. We built a culture capable of thriving in a VUCA world, one that could navigate volatility, uncertainty, complexity, and ambiguity, because people were aligned, engaged, and became adaptive. Here are the lessons that stayed with me from this unique experience. Culture isn't soft, it's a hard advantage. Every strategy depends on the mindset of people executing it. Number two, empowerment beats control. When people feel trusted, they do not need supervision, they need a purpose. Number three, communication transforms organizations. Strategy dies in silence. Leaders must talk, listen, and repeat the vision. Number four, accountability fuels engagement. Transparent metrics give people pride in progress, not excuses. Number five, leaders model the change. Culture shifts not by decree, but by example. Looking back, the cultural transformation was one of the hardest and most meaningful experiences of my career. Strategy is the destination, while culture is the vehicle. If you do not fix the engine, you will never reach your goal. In a VUCA world, the companies that survive are not necessarily the biggest or the most strategic ones. They are the ones whose people believe, act, and adapt together. So when people ask me if culture really eats strategy for breakfast, I smile and I say yes. And if you get the culture right, it cooks strategies lunch and dinner too. Thank you for listening to Through the Journey. Every story shared is a reminder that growth never stops. And that's exactly what drives us at Intech Consultant, where our global experts help businesses grow, innovate, and transform. Don't forget to subscribe, share this episode, and visit intechconsultant.com to learn more. I look forward to seeing you in the next episode. Until then, keep pushing your journey ahead.